Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, of course, I'm your favorite random man for King of YouTube, Terrence Woods in the building today. And how you guys doing? Doing a little bit something different this time. Instead of showing my lovely, handsome face, I decided to go ahead and record Marvel's Capcom Infinite, because this game pretty mostly have mostly the Avengers on here. Because since we are talking about an Avengers Endgame, because guys, what can we not say about this movie? It pretty much like closes every door, every story from the past, I don't know what, 10, 11 years of build up, because pretty much what happened in Infinity, where like everybody was devastated. Most of all our heroes are dead. We got like a handful of people left. Oh my god. But let's start with this movie, man. It's like so many tear-jerking moments. I mean, my god, the movie pretty much opened up with Hawkeye with his family, and they just sitting there playing catch, and I look like his daughter might be the next Hawkeye. I think, was it Kate Hudson? I could be saying that whole name wrong, but I don't know. It could be completely different. And we with Clint. Clint is with his family, and they tell like pretty much the wife telling, "Come on, y'all, come eat." And next thing you know, he's going to get his daughter, and next thing we know, she's not there. Then Clint looking at his family, and they're gone. And it was like a really devastating moment, because pretty much like Clint, he's like, I won't say like to the edge everything, but I didn't think it was gonna get that far, and it did. I'm like, God Almighty, like, it's devastating. Then of course we with Tony, obviously he's definitely worse for wear. He's thinning, he's running low on air. At one point they go, he's leaving a message to Pepper, and he's pretty much telling he's hoping for one more miracle, and pretty much that miracle didn't happen. Nebula doing her best just to keep him alive as well. It's like the opening of this movie was just sad. I felt it was bad, but I didn't think it was gonna be to the extent of this bad. I'm like, oh my god, like how bad can we get with this, man? So pretty much Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, pretty much finds Tony and Nebula, brings them back to Earth. Tony is pissed, and he blames Steve for like what happened, why he wasn't there. We needed you, this, that, and the other. My mind's like I'm sorry. Like Tony's going, I was like, we need my little police squad, my little police force that he made during the Age of Ultron scenario. But I'm like, Tony, you really can't be mad at him. But I think he had no one to blame. So like, I say it like this: I think he had someone to blame. I think he had someone. I mean, he pretty much blamed himself, but he kind of went back to blaming on Steve. It was crazy, man. And like he's like he told Carol, like, hey, where you been? And it's like it's probably like a vast universe, stuff like that. At one point, Rocket was talking to him. The one thing that's so hilarious to me, he thought Rocket Raccoon was a Build-A-Bear, and I actually think if I can find that picture, I actually think they have a Build-A-Bear of Rocket Raccoon. If I can find that picture, I'm gonna post it on here. But pretty much they end up finding Thanos. But I think Thanos' arm was messed up when he snapped the finger, but then he snapped it again just to destroy the stones. And so like we got War Machine, Carol, Cap. I mean, the rest of the Avengers besides Tony, they all went there and pretty much stopped Thanos. I'm like, hey, this is the end of the movie? I'll be like what happened? The next thing you know, like Thor there, and he pretty much chopped Thanos' heads off, because they're trying to find out how can we fix this, how can we go back and fix everything. And Thor himself is so devastated from what happened from Infinity War. He's like, oh, I did what I need to do. He chopped Thanos' head off and just went on about his business. It's like one of the most funny part they showed in the trailer, and I do like, and I'm sorry I didn't really cover much of the trailer for Endgame. I think some people covered it already, so I think I need to cover it myself. But the point where he had a Stormbringer swoop past Carol, he's like, I like her. But anyways, 3 years passes by, and excuse me, 3 years passes. Let me grab me some water. 3 years gone by. Cap is with a he's helping some other people help to move on forward for what happened with Thanos done. He's trying to do his best. Widow, she's trying to keep doing, trying to I guess like be find out what's going on. Was like, I guess she's like she's talking to I know I keep like talking to Carol, Rocket. I'm gonna call her Michonne because I know her. I can't forget the name of her character was in Black Panther. It's like, okay, at one point, and I think somebody told me about this, and I didn't, and it like really flew past my mind. She's talking about there's like some seismic activity like underwater, so that may lead the door open to Namor, possibly. We don't know. So going on. So Caps come by, talk to Widow, asking how she holding up. She's not doing so good, and it's the setup, the build up was so just incredibly sad. And I just want to say, 'cause I know I'm like already like 6 minutes in this, I'm trying my best because not everything, but some parts that really stood out to me. And like at one point before Cap comes in, War Machine comes in like, hey, you hear what Clint's been doing? She's like, I don't want. I hope it's not him. War Machine's like, I don't want to see it was him, because like he's a character known as Ronin, which is another alias of his. So pretty much we go another tear-jerking moment was we get Scott Lang. He came back. He's out of the little quantum realm, and he realized, and he didn't know, like he's trying to find out what happened, and he's trying to find his daughter. Like people tell him, like people didn't tell him, I'm sorry, but he finds out that half of the world is gone. Half of the people living in Earth is gone. And he's trying to find his daughter, which I have to ask: did his ex-wife disappear? Because we knew Janet's gone, her father's gone, her mother's gone. But I'm just wondering that. I know a little bit of segue in there. Please forgive me. So, anyways, he ends up finding his daughter, and he realized that these are 3 years I'm never going to get back, or so on and so forth. So that was really tear-jerking and devastating. So eventually Scott comes back, and he finds, he goes to the Avengers. He let them know, like, hey, is anybody there? Here's Scott Lang, Ant-Man. Can y'all let me in, please? So upon that happening, now he's back. He pretty much telling them, like, hey, we can like time travel works differently here. So pretty much going on now, like Widow, Cap, they're trying to gather everybody around. They go to Tony at first. Tony's like, I don't want no part of it, whatnot. They went to Professor Hulk. They got Bruce. They got him back. Even the Black Widow, she ended up getting she ended up getting Clint back. He could doing his Ronin character. So pretty much like Professor Hulk tried to no, he was I'm gonna say Bruce Banner, because saying Professor Hulk is gonna be a mouthful. So he pretty much goes back. They trying to work on the whole time travel situation, which I was really afraid of, because when you telling time travel stuff, it can get a little bit wonky, and sometimes it can mess up the whole story, not just with movies but also with video games. But I'm happy to say I'm happy how they handled it. It was really good, and it left a lot of doors open. But anyways, I digress. So one of the most funniest parts to me that what happened in it was every time they put Scott back in the little time machine, he either came back as a little kid, a little baby, or an old man. Then eventually he came back. He said, I think somebody pissed my pants, or was it me? So pretty much like they didn't know what to do. Then eventually Tony finally comes back. Then we got Nebula, then we got Rocket, and then it was so funny because like Scott was making his little taco and whatnot. Then when the ship come down, I can't remember the name of Star-Lord's ship. I can't remember the name of it. But Nebula's like, oh, we got an idiot here. Don't let him get the ship. I was like, what? So pretty much the plan is they're going to get time stones from each area in the Marvel in the whole build up of the cinematic universe. And it's like, I was like, okay. So again, like I said, they did it so well, and pretty much what they're going to do, they're going to, like, once they get the stone, use stone to bring everybody back. They're going to go back in time, put the stones where they rightfully belong in the rightful time. With not reset time, but put it as it was. And it pretty much is making a whole multi-universe thing. That's the whole goal. But again, the whole goal was just trying to get the stones back so they can bring everybody else back to life. Like I said, because that really was the whole goal of everything. So pretty much what's happening now is when they went back during the first Avengers movie, and it was so funny. Bruce was like, and you see how, everybody know how Hulk rampages in the whole, during the whole first Avengers movie. And Bruce was like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. He's like, alright, Captain, look, you gotta start smashing stuff. You gotta do it. He's like, alright. It was so funny. It made me laugh so much, man. It was really good. And pretty much, Bruce ended up meeting the Ancient One from Doctor Strange, and he's trying to explain to her that they need the stone, but she ended up having, excuse me, had a little out-of-body experience going on there. So that was a funny scene. So then we go back towards the, I want to say, I can't remember what area, but pretty much when Loki had the Tesseract, and then pretty much that plan went south. But one of the good scenes about that was, one of the funny scenes was Hawk was trying to get in the elevator. It was like, oh no, hey, weight limit, take the stairs. Man, Hawk was upset. He did not want to take any stairs at all. So he had to take the stairs. That one scene we had Captain America going against Captain America, which was quite hilarious. Then I think one of the scenes before that came up, Tony was like, he said, like, Steve was like, hey, Tony, what y'all doing? He said, no, just mind your butt. He said, not in a funny way. He said, no, that is America's butt. They didn't say butt, but you get what I'm saying. So he said that scene. Then after Captain America beat himself up, he said, oh yeah, there's America's butt right there. Oh, it was funny because then so what ended up happening is they lose the Tesseract or the space stone, I should say, and Loki takes it and disappears. So many speculations and people saying Loki's not alive. I think Loki is alive. So much can go with that. So we just don't know. And so we end up with Clint and Black Widow, or I should say Hawkeye now. Hawkeye and Black Widow goes try to get the Soul Stone. But what ended up happening was, as we all remember in Infinity War, only way to get the Soul Stone, you gotta actually kill somebody you actually care for, or you know, like pretty much what Thanos did to Gamora. And so at one point, Hawkeye trying to kill himself because the things he had done. But Widow trying to kill herself because she felt like she really didn't have nothing to live for. It was really awkward yet messed up time with doing that film. I'm like, I said, don't let Widow die, because like she fight out more harder than anybody. I said, please don't let her die. But she ended up dying. She said no. It was sad that Hawkeye ended up getting the Soul Stone. I think the stuff with I think one of the fun was with Gamora. No, sorry, with Rocket and Thor. Matter of fact, hold on, I know I skipped a lot because like the scene with Thor when he's being fat was so funny, dog. I mean, some of the people have been saved during Ragnarok. Some of them are still alive, but they was like even Valkyrie was alive. But Thor, Rocket Raccoon, Thor ended up, again, another touch point for me was Thor ended up seeing his mother again, and he wanted to tell his mom what happened. She's like, no, you don't need to do that. So you came here to pretty much get the stone. So that's what you need to do. Don't tell me anything that happened. And she's like, you are meant to do things greater. And it felt like a redemption story for Thor as well, because he tried to kill Thanos, but it didn't work as he would hope. So going forward, in they get the stone. Rocket and Thor scene. Rocket and Thor had the most funniest scenes for me, and it was very funny, very hilarious. So pretty much, when Nebula and came back, Nebula and Rhodey when he knocked out. Sorry, give me a second. Nebula and Rhodey went to go get the stone that Star-Lord had. I think it was the Power Stone. And and somebody, the Nebula of that time, found that there's another version of her in the same time area, and which Thanos used to his advantage. Because eventually the bad Nebula got the stone. Pretty much everybody gets the stones and get ready to come back to the present time. But Nebula, like she at one point Nebula had like a little orange cybernetic piece on the side of her head. So it's like, I guess okay, Nebula 1, Nebula 2, if I can say that. But Thanos ended up fighting because during the time of Guardians of the Galaxy, the very first film, Thanos was still looking for the stone. So it's like, oh, okay, so Thanos still our main antagonist in this film. So pretty much, Nebula gets the stone, and Nebula gets the stone, and they go back. So now since they don't have the Tesseract with Tony and Steve, they go back further in time to get it to where Peggy Carter still alive. I think when Captain America when Captain America died in the first Avenger, or the movie First Avenger, I think it don't say how many years. I can't remember how many years back it said after the first Captain America movie, but he end up like he sees Peggy and he really misses her, and so they end up going back. I mean, they get the stone. Tony sees his father, which again another touching moment. So everybody comes back. So everybody trying to figure out like who's gonna snap so to bring everybody else back. And it was like everybody said, Brandon's like, no, let me do it, because no, I think I can withstand more of it. Which he was right. He did it. He snapped his fingers, and people and Clint saw his phone ring, and he realized it worked. Everything worked is back. But this is the problem. We can't forget because Nebula. I can say Nebula 2. No, yeah, we gonna say Nebula 2. Nebula 1 is a good guy. Nebula 2. Excuse me. Nebula 2 is the bad guy because of Nebula 2, or into I should say. She brings Thanos through, and he bombs the heck out of the Avengers mansion or the base, wherever you want to say. And so now it's like it's a race to get the gauntlet. It's a race to save. It's a race to save Rhodey and Rocket, who's drowning, and Hulk is kind of pretty much incapacitated. He's only got one arm. It's looking bad. So the scene was like, so now it's like, okay, look, we gotta get Clint time to get the gauntlet. Pretty much they gotta get time for it. So it's Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor going against Thanos. And when Thor armors up, I'm thinking he's gonna be back in shape. He's gonna this and that and the other. No, that is not the case. Thor is still fat in his armor, which is hilarious, man. I love it. So pretty much Thor, Iron Man, Cap, they all going against Thanos. Thanos is whooping everybody. Thor, Tony got knocked to the side. Thanos is getting ready to kill Thor. Next thing you know, you see Thor's hammer, because during this whole fight, Thor's not wielding Stormbringer. He's also wielding Mjolnir, or his first hammer, Mjolnir. Wherever the hammer name is, I can't even say it out right. So the fight goes off between them. Captain Man is going ham with this hammer, beating up Thanos. It is amazing. Oh my god, the fight when Cap raises the hammer, Thor's like, I knew it. He's like, I knew it. So that scene was also good, also great. And so now they all fighting back at it. At one point, Thanos knocks the hammer away from Cap, breaking his shield. Was his known fact that Thanos did break Cap's shield before in the comics, and I do remember that. So at one point, all the Thanos' legions coming in, and it's like, I was like, cause my mom thinking, say Cap gonna die. I was like, I'm gonna be devastated if Cap die. And next thing you know, you hear this fake noise like on your left. And he said on your left again. Then I was like, oh yo, that's Falcon. Next thing you know, all the portals start opening. Every single portal. One of the most epic scenes I have ever seen in this movie is when like Strange, Wong, Spider-Man, Wakanda, Black Panther, talking about almost every hero known to man, Scarlet Witch coming through the portal, Star-Lord, oh, everybody's coming through the portal, man, and it's about to go down. And that's, you know, you see Scott going Giant Man form, Hulk coming out, Rocket coming out. You see Groot. I mean, everybody's out, and it's a good old fashioned slugfest. Everybody going ham. Then at one point, like Peter coming in, like everybody getting trying to get the gauntlet to because like Thanos destroyed the time machine, so now they're trying to get back to the time machine so they can stop this from happening. They'll pretty much stop Thanos. So they basically want to get the stones back to their proper timelines. That's what they want. That's what they want to do where they first met it. But Thanos is like, oh no, this ain't gonna happen. He said, hey, he said bring the fire or let it rain fire. Then one of the minions like, what about our forces? He said, I don't care, bring it down. And it started raining. I mean, all the energy blast start raining. Everybody's in trouble, and then it goes, and then next thing you know, the little cannons are starting to shoot up in the air. Mind, I'm sitting next to this dude next to me, watching this movie. It's like me and him both thinking like, what are they shooting at? Then next thing we know, we see Captain Marvel bursting out of the sky, blowing up all of Thanos' ship, and he was like, where'd she be at? Like, where did they did you a long time ago? But oh my god, cause then another epic scene, guys, was one of my personal favorites. It's like they had all the ladies of Marvel. I'm talking about Michonne, Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch. I know I'm missing other. They had, matter of fact, oh, I forget, they had a rescue Pepper Potter's iron suit. They had Valkyrie. They had everybody about to go ham, and they did, and they really did. And then what gets me mad? People said that the movie was panderizing the woman. Dude, really? They're not panderizing. This is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. Regardless of how I feel about Captain Marvel, this is what I wanted in my Marvel movie, because the ladies was going in, and then so suddenly the glove, then Thanos came in, kissed everybody back. Now, this is my thing, because to me, I think Thanos is one of the most biggest bad dudes in Marvel. It usually take a whole squad to beat Thanos. So Thanos and Captain Marvel going back and forth over the glove. I'm like, and now Thanos is going in on Captain Marvel, and I said, oh yeah, so yeah, Thanos, yeah, Captain Marvel's stronger than Thanos. Yeah, right. When Thanos headbutts her, I was like, oops, I was wrong. And Carol was going in. The only way Thanos could stop Carol was he took the power stone off the gauntlet and hit her away. And then at this point, Tony comes in trying to stop Thanos. Next thing you know, he knocks Tony away, and he's like, and pretty much saying you failed. He snapped his finger. He's like, where's the stones? And he said, like, I'm Iron Man. Then Thanos faced the dust. And then Tony dies, and that was one of the most saddest things to me. And he said to his daughter, "I love you 3000." Whew. 23 minutes in, over 23 minutes in, and oh my God, it's Marvel will always be the best with this. I'm not saying DC's not good, but oh my God, the build up, the closing of the door. It's like, what's gonna happen now? What Marvel can do now? Because after Spider-Man, the MCU is done for the rest of the year, and this movie right here just tastes the cake. It really do, guys. I'm so excited I was able to watch it from the very get-go, from Iron Man for the Incredible Hulk all the way up to now. Because guys, this movie just did it for me. Like, pretty much my whole family don't watch this movie. And like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I choked up a couple times watching this movie. I mean, woo! I said, it's so like, I guess the question is, what's gonna happen now? Because the trailer just dropped for Spider-Man Far From Home, and I am going to do a review for the trailer as well. But this movie right here, guys, definitely was well worth it, well worth the wait. And I do want to say this: the lady who played Mantis in the Guardians and Avengers movie, she's going to be at Michigan. She'll be at Motor City Comic Con this year. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm going on the 18th to meet her. and I hope so I'm gonna have a good time. But guys, I done rambled on long enough. This video is pretty much ran long enough that I need to run off to. God, this movie was great. Man. I just can't express how much I love this movie. You know, Thor's going off world. I think what's going to happen next in Guardians, they're going to try to find Gamora, our timeline's Gamora, and so much, man. I loved it. I laughed, I cried, I cheered. And before I go, and like I said, because I really want to wrap this up really quick. Falcon is now the new Captain America. They happened in the comics, and I'm happy they did that. I literally clapped and teared up because I was like, yes, thank you for doing this, Marvel. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you, Marvel. Thank you so much for the last 10, 11 years with these great, awesome movies you done. And all I gotta say is, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about me. We do have those cookies, and please, I'm gonna say it again, please, y'all come to the random side, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I can do it on my own, but sometimes